lose stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's like that gem at the beginning, not necessarily the end. The end suck, but at the beginning, sometimes we'll miss a gem here and there.
Yeah, the end is sort of like, you know, like the survivors of a plane crash when they first exit the destroyed fuselage and they kind of wander out and look around their surroundings. Is that my luggage on fire? Oh my god! I'm like, what happened? That's
That's disturbingly accurate.
Yeah. Dude, Ash, I wanted to mention a couple, maybe a week or so ago, I saw on Facebook there was something between you and Andy Harrison about His Dark Materials.
Oh, yeah. The season finale on HBO was just recent. Yeah.
So that had been in my queue for quite a while. And I saw that and I'm like, all right, shit. Andy and Ash? Okay, let me fire this thing up. I'm on it. Oh, I'm 4 episodes into season 3 and I'm just pucker 12.
Oh my god.
I plowed through this fucking show.
Wow.
It's really good.
Absolutely, it is. It's fantastic.
I am embarrassingly unfamiliar with the source material, but based on the way you two were discussing things online, I was, holy crap. It's a good show.
Pegs, did you ever read those, His Dark Materials books?
I don't think so. Who wrote them and what is the source material?
Pullman, I think was his name.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And the trilogy was called His Dark Materials. The first book was The Golden Compass, which was a movie early 2000s. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was not great.
Daniel Craig.
It was not great.
Yeah.
But the books were phenomenal.
Now they've done a series.
HBO did a series, and it's 3 seasons from 3 books. And it's amazing. The cast is so good.
Yeah.
They kept really tight to the source material. I mean, some of it's some dark stuff.
Okay.
You know, I'll have to check it out.
Dude, the end of season 2, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's so good. So good.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for that.
Huh.
Absolutely. And I will warn you too, like Andy and I were going back and forth. This trilogy of books, I mean, you've invested 1,200 pages or so, and the ending is not happy. It's a terrible ending.
Okay,
so here I am, right? Yeah. So I'm watching it. Like, I'll let it pile up for a couple of weeks before I watch some of it.
Yeah.
So I'm in the very last episode of the very last season, and they're starting the build up to the ending. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot all about this. No. So I'm bawling my eyes out at the end. I'm like, you sons of bitches.
See, I remember. Yeah, that's what you guys were talking about. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a gut punch.
I'll take a piece of that.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know why, but
it's worth it though. It's so good. So good.
It's interesting because you mentioned the Golden Compass, and I remember the trailers for that. And on the trailer for His Dark Materials, you see that the armored bear, and I remembered that from the trailers from Golden Compass, and I'm like, ugh. Are they just trying to like reboot and like try to milk something out of something that ought not be milked?
No, the licensing is now in the hands of people that are respecting the source material.
Yeah.
And not just, hey, Nicole Kidman is a bad guy, Iron Bear. You know, there's more to it than just her and Yorick. You know, it's a bigger story. And I think, and again, they did a fantastic job with the cast. I recommend it readily to everybody. If you enjoy fantasy sci-fi, then it's a great, great, great series.
Cool. I can't wait.
2.5 series in, and I'm totally digging it. This completely just hooked.
That's fantastic. Fantastic.
So yeah, I just wanted to give
I can't think about any other recommendations to offer. Yeah, because typically the stuff I like is not in your wheelhouse, Tom. So it's
not always. I don't know.
Most of the time. Or you ignore me. It's either something that you would not be interested in, or it's brushed off.
Oh, that reminds me. Okay, Tulsa King. Are you watching Tulsa King?
I have not watched any of that. No.
I fucking love it. And it's completely like that whole like top 100 like every every show, like, I don't like gangsters. I don't like when, I don't like rooting for the bad guy. Fucking Tulsa King.
Right.
I love it. And it's fucking Tyler Sheridan, which I can't stand. Yellowstone. Didn't dig Sons of Anarchy. Loved 1883. Really digging 1923. And I'm really digging Tulsa King. And I think it's all on Stallone. Stallone is just that lovable gangster that just like, oh, he's going to fuck all of you people. You're all doomed just by talking to him. More, please.
I've never seen him as the kind of actor that could carry a story, but he's going to try. I mean,
he's got a very good supporting cast. I'll say that.
Okay.
I mean, it's not an ensemble. Like, he's the only name that you would recognize, I think.
Right. It's probably the only name he would recognize, too.
It's the only name he can spell.
I think you are right.
At this point.
I think you are right.
It's a lot of headshots.
Right?
A lot of boom, boom, boom.
That's incredible because I didn't like Yellowstone either, and not the Sons of Anarchy. That's not my jam. So I'll have to try the Tulsa King.
All right, I'm in.
Because it's the same kind of thing. It's like gangster, but it's, I don't know. It's it's dark, but there's a lighthearted undertone, and I think it has to do. There's a fish out of water sort of element that lends itself to humor, even though it's not necessarily funny. So there's a twistedness that you have to appreciate that I think I do. I'm picking up what they're putting down, as they say.
Right on. Awesome. Peggy, have you got anything to recommend?
Oh gosh, I don't think either one of you will be interested in this, but Netflix did a Formula One series, like on the Formula One racing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And now they're doing one on tennis, and it's called Breakpoint. And Tim and I just started watching that tonight, and we kind of geek out about it because, like the tennis people, there are, we love them. We love to watch them. And it's kind of like behind the scenes as they go through the major tournaments around the world.
Okay.
Interesting.
Is it documentary or scripted?
Documentary.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'll try it out.
Documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we're currently watching. Okay, so did we talk about Wednesday yet? Have you guys watched Wednesday?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Loved it.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Loved
so
it.
we're in that one, and then the other one. What other? Oh, Kaleidoscope. We just started watching Kaleidoscope. Now, have you heard about this one?
That's it's in my queue, but I haven't. I love a good heist.
What? Wait, well, first of all, let's talk about the order, right? The order is like supposed to be different for everybody. Like,
okay. Well, actually, before you go any further, actually, let's introduce the show. Since now we're 9 minutes in.
9 minutes in?
I thought that was like a prerequisite. We've already done that. I'm sorry.
No.
We should have a theme song that says, "Hey, you're tuned in to the Bumps Corner Show." Go.
We do, but I added at the end. Okay, so... Hello, weirdos.
And freaks.
And welcome to the 32nd running of the Bums Corner Coast to Coast. I am one of your hosts, Mike Eshelman.
And I'm one of your other hosts, Tom Arnholt.
And I'm here for comedic relief, Peggy and Tom.
Yay, comedic relief!
Finally.
That's not what I'm here for. I don't even know why I'm here.
All right, so
I'm here because I love you guys. Okay, good.
And we love you, and we need you.
Oh, thank you.
You keep us grounded.
Okay. Oh dear. Oh no.
And when you said you were going to fact check, I realized like we have like 45 hours of recorded, and I don't think we've stumbled across a fact yet. So this is going to be a pretty easy job for you.
Yeah. She's worth every penny we're paying.
Yeah, it sure is. I sold under Lucky Star. or whatever that
Okay.
phrase is.
So, Kaleidoscope, I was just kind of waiting for that because it seemed gimmicky. You know, like you pick the order of the episodes you want to watch. That's I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
but if you play by the rules, right, then however it's served to you from Netflix is how you watch it, right? Like, so
right.
we got served green first or something, and now we just finished orange. And what's super intriguing is that red is only 34 minutes long, whereas the other ones are like 50 minutes long. So it's like, oh, what's going to happen in red?
Ooh, exciting.
I think it's overall, I just think it's an interesting concept.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had a series serve itself to me like, this is how you're going to see it, Peg McCourt, but then Mike Eshelman, you're going to see it this way.
Right,
Tom, you're going to see it this way.
I think it's kind of a cool idea. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the tweeters and the online discussion going. You know,
right?
Sure.
Which
is
great marketing. That's great branding. That's a great use of cross-platform interaction. But is it good content?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you too. And I think, these show makers, they have to do something to get people's attention.
Yeah.
Right? There's so many things you can watch.
There is one thing that you could do. It's write a good story. Like,
well, there's that.
That is so hard to do in this day and age.
Tulsa King,
Right. So. Okay. There's Tulsa King, and then nothing. What was it? I pounded through. Oh, the final season of Stargirl showed up on HBO, so I watched that.
Oh.
So it was one of the last CW shows that remained, right?
Really? Oh, I didn't know this. Okay.
Yeah, Flash is the only one left now. He's got one more season, and then that's it. Yeah, that's it. No more Arrowverse. It's all gone. Yeah, so I plowed through the final season of Stargirl, and I liked it.
Yeah,
and it was good. I mean, Luke Wilson in my eyes can do no wrong. That guy is so watchable.
Yeah, and as that character, he was perfect as Pat.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Right. But like what makes like Fantastic Four so good, what makes X-Men so good, it's not about the exploits, it's about the family. Yeah. So you're watching this, second attempt at a family. You have, it's the Brady Bunch. You have the girls come in and the guys come in. Mm-hmm. They make a family, and then they pull all of these stragglers in. Yeah. Like all the loose kids that are roaming around the neighborhood.
Misfits.
There's that cohesion. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And there were references to Young All-Stars, Infinity Inc. in the last season. So, you had this B list of superheroes from the DC world that were finally getting a little bit of comeuppance. So I was very excited for that.
I thought they did a lot of justice to the DC world, more so than I think any of the other Arrowverse shows, with the exception of course,
Legends.
Thank you. Which I'm still getting over the fact that it got canceled.
Rest in peace.
Oh God, what a great show! I think what and I think that was completely intended by the producers of the Arrowverse was, okay, look, this is our swan song. This is our last kiss goodbye to the fandom.
Right.
Let's make this count, and let's do it meaningfully. And
did you make it all the way to the end? Did you make it all the way through the season?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that to the end where it shows where not the table.
Cameo. Yeah.
And dude, complete total fucking hat tip to CW and the producers of the Arrowverse for giving the original 1990s Flash so much airtime.
Absolutely.
Complete and total resurgence. And unfortunately, I can't think of the guy's name.
Ship, right? John Wesley Ship or something like that?
Yep. John Wesley Ship. I thought it was fantastic that they brought him as a cameo in the early season of Flash, and they kept him. And I was like,
Yeah.
brilliant. Like
I loved it because he's older, he's heavier now,
Yeah.
and he's like wedged into that skin suit. I'll tell you what he looks like. He looks like every cosplayer at comic book shows when I go to those to table. And like my running gag, which nobody laughs at there because they're very, body positive. I say shit like, wow, Superman's really let himself go, and
Does that go over like a lead balloon? Like they just don't
it does. Like the mystery of why I have no friends there, it's not that hard to solve.
Yeah.
You can leave Scooby and the gang alone.
I should go with you next time.
We should just hit record, start drinking, and mock people all day.
If you ever want to get banned for life, I'm your wingman.
Oh, shit.
And yeah,
speaking of segues. So it's been 4 months, I think, since we actually had an episode about just articles and Tom digging around and finding the worst of humanity. And
so awesome.
So I changed my mind 3 times in the past week from what I originally had. Because it was post-Christmas, so something about Christmas ornaments just didn't seem right to talk about in the middle of January. But it's interesting that there's a certain dichotomy to the 2 articles that we chose that I don't think was necessarily the intention of you coming in and swooping in at the last minute. But we can get into it, though. Yeah. So, well, let's start off. So here's the one I picked first.
I see. Go for it.
What? Okay.
Who swooped?
No.
Swooped. Tom came in like today, I think, earlier today, and dropped the second article.
Last minute, I dropped an article in.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not that quick-witted, so it takes me a while to build up the jokes in my head. And the more and more I thought about his article, the more and more I thought about, like, wow, there's a lot of these that we can discuss once both of them are read that sort of overlap. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me switch to Tom Arnold DJ voice. If you're going to get drunk and do illegal things in Singapore, don't post it on YouTube. That was terrible. Singapore's police are hoping to chat with the YouTube group @4FunGuys because they decided to get drunk and jump off a night safari tram to pet the wild animals. How do they know this? The guys posted it on YouTube. The clip flew under the radar for a few months, but now it's regained some unwanted attention from the authorities after someone shared a clip of them breaking the law. The incriminating video shows the YouTubers, who are college-age guys who make videos of them goofing around, buying alcohol at a convenience store and hitting up Singapore's night safari. They then jump off the tram around 2 a.m. and get lost in the exhibit. They film themselves petting a sleeping wallaby, enticing hyenas with potato chips, and climbing all over the enclosure. Officials from the Manday Wildlife Group, which runs the exhibit, are not happy with what they saw and have filed a police report.
What?
They told Asia One News the boys endangered the animals, which are crimes that are viewed seriously. They also ensured all the animals in the enclosure are doing okay. Police are currently investigating. The YouTubers have not taken down the video.
Well, that would be destructive evidence, right?
Right, absolutely.
They're just...
So, in this month's installment of White Privilege, we have these 4 assholes going to Singapore, abusing their animals, and then coming home, and they're college-age kids, right?
Do we know they're white? Do we know these 4 fun guys?
I hated them so much from this article that I did actually research.
Okay, good. All right, go.
So their shtick is that they spin a globe, stick a finger on it, wherever they land, they fly there for 24 hours.
I love that and hate that.
Right? So, and yes, they're the exact entitled pricks that you picture. These are daddy's money's boys that are acting like assholes. But what intrigued me about the article is, of all the world, there are certain places you don't act like an asshole.
Yeah.
And Singapore is one such
It's one of
place.
Like, I remember I read this when I pulled this. Do you remember? It was the 90s. It was I think the kid's name was Mike Durant, and he did something. He tore a poster off a wall or something in public, and he was supposed to be publicly caned.
Yes. I remember that.
That's my Singapore thing. Like, oh yeah, dude, you don't step out of line in Singapore, they will take a cane to your butt.
Oh, they will cane you.
They will cane you in public.
In public, yes. And rightly so with these
and that
guys.
was just for ripping down a poster.
I mean, that's almost
these gentlemen
that's up there
have hopped into a wild animal habitat.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's up there with bringing weed into Russia.
Right. So their website is just full of them being assholes. I was bothered that they took the name For Fun Guys and it's not about mushrooms. That bothered me.
Yeah, that really should be about...
That's huge.
Yeah. And a lot of their videos start with like challenge or what was the other one? The prank or we're doing this for Mr. Beast. And I hated all of it. Like the further I got in, the more and more I wanted to go like extradite them with my fists back to Singapore.
Oh, we should start a new podcast, Mike. Completely
extradited back to Singapore.
Undermining the at For Fun Guys.
Yes.
At Fuck For Fun. No, we won't do that. That's a completely different site.
Two not fun guys.
Yes, it is. Let me check the copyright on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Get on that fact checker.
Yeah. We'll see you in 3 years. Oh, you For Fun Guys can go fuck off.
I like it. I like it a lot. Actually, I was just thinking of starting a YouTube channel where we hunt these fuckers for other governments. And we'll call it Here They Are.
I
Here
love
they
that.
are.
I'm gonna have to get back into fighting shape, but yeah, I'm all in.
Like honestly, white men have done enough damage on the planet. It's time that we step up and sort of clean up our own backyard. So
I like it.
Right?
I like it a lot. Yeah,
so
great.
You know, we can have a YouTube video and at least
yeah, great. Yeah. Bring about the demise of our caste system. I'll be fine. My kids will be fine.
Oh shit.
Okay. That's how I heard
it. But anyways, fuck these kids. That's all I've got.
I hate them. I hate them so much.
Oh, it's awful.
Like, how is that still a thing? Like, did they not see? Where are their parents? Did they not show them any movies from the 80s? Like, these folks just always get their comeuppance, as it were.
Not in Pretty in Pink.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, James Spader won. He got the girl.
Yeah.
And James Spader is the archetype for these entitled assholes, too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Were you the one that told me that they shot a separate ending to that film? Or did I read that somewhere?
No, but
they shot a separate ending to Pretty in Pink.
Wow.
Really?
And I think I'll have to fact check myself, but I'm pretty sure that they tested either her ending up with him or her ending up with Ducky, and her ending up with him tested better. And so they had her end up with Spader. No,
Spader,
with Spader.
Yeah.
I thought she did.
No. That's not who she ends up with. She ends up with the Spader's friend, the boy who like wouldn't stand up for her at first, but then he came to his senses. And
Matthew McCartney or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
nice
exactly. Yeah, the nice one.
Okay.
The unkempt one from Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Andrew
they shot two
McCarthy.
separate
Andrew
endings.
McCarthy,
Thank
thank you.
They shot two separate endings. One with her ending up with Andrew McCarthy, and one with her ending up with Ducky, John Cryer. And yeah, okay, I'm going to look that up for us.
Okay.
Speaking of John
I mean,
Cryer,
God forbid. Yeah.
no, you go. You're on topic.
Oh.
I'm going to go somewhere else.
Okay, I was just going to say, God forbid that she just be by herself, because all the men around her were shits.
Right? Why not?
They were, but that
Yes.
wasn't the vibe of the time.
No, it wasn't.
Mm-mm.
No, it wasn't. Which made it like a complete fucking hunting ground for guys. Because we felt obligated.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh, well, shit.
Right?
If I don't win the girl, then... Yeah. I'm going to blame movies for all my bad mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're not far off.
Yeah.
That was the lesson at the time. I mean, you had 16 Candles, you had Pretty in Pink, like the girl, Molly Ringwald specifically, but she's standing in for all girls.
Yeah.
Your value is by who's on your arm.
Right.
They can't end up on their own happy and content, because that doesn't exist in that world. You're long duck dong if you don't have somebody with you.
Even long duck dong.
He had his new style American
girlfriend.
Gosh.
Oh, no way.
Automobile?
No more Yankee, my wanky. So my brother and I just talked about this movie like last week, and how terribly racist it is. So,
oh yes,
yeah.
Yeah, but it's great.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, fuck these kids. Fuck the four fun guys. Don't look them up on YouTube. Their email address on their YouTube page actually is a talent marketing group. So this is all bullshit, scripted garbage.
They're represented.
Yes, they are a product.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of like Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, same concept. So basically, if Singapore comes over and says, we want these 4 kids, I will hold the gate for them and say, they're all yours.
Here they are.
HereTheyAre.com.
At Here They Are.
At Here They Are. Right?
Here they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We'll pretend to deliver pizzas. Like, hi there, I've got a large sausage for these motherfuckers right here, Singapore.
Oh wait, we can't do that. We can't shoot them.
Paintballs.
Oh, or like the tagging darts they use from Wild.
Yes.
Yeah, like from Wild Kingdom. Wild Kingdom. Boom, Jim Fowler. Pow.
Knock them unconscious, like with horse tranquilizers.
Hell yes.
Yeah, and then we'll staple that clip to their ear.
Yes, like Leonard Perkins did in Wild Kingdom.
Yes.
Leonard Perkins.
Marlon Perkins.
Perkins.
Leonard Maltin.
Leonard Maltin. Jim Fowler and Marlon Perkins. The Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Tag 'em and bag 'em.
You know it. That's how Here They Are rolls.
Yeah.
Here They Are. My bad.
And once they're unconscious, we can take pictures like kneeling down and holding their head up like we're Trump kids. Like shooting gorillas or something.
Yeah. Or like we're like Illinois dentists.
I love it.
Was he from Illinois? Remember the guy?
That sounds about right. Yeah, that tracks.
Fuck one.
Oh, good times. Wait, we have a fact checker. Peggy, was he from Illinois?
Or was it Iowa?
One? Who?
The disgraced dentist that went a killing in Africa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the dentist, the dentist is Walter Palmer, and he's hunted and killed Cecil the lion.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I forgot the lion was named.
Yeah.
Yes.
The lion was named. Yes, so it's like double bad.
It's like,
double bad that he killed this lion.
Grandpa.
It's not
No,
good.
not cool.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
What was the name of the gorilla in Cincinnati that they had to put down? Yeah.
Harambe.
Wow.
Harambe, yeah.
Damn.
That's some fucked up shit there, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we have a cute new hippo now named Fritz.
Yeah, not really,
so
but
it's
okay,
all
cool. We love
Nice.
Yay, Fritz. Hippos are cool.
Hippos
They're awesome.
are so cute.
And deadly. I love
Yeah.
Cool.
Such majestic creatures.
Do you know what a hippo family is called?
Hippocampus.
Close. It's called a bloat.
A bloat of
A
hippos.
bloat of hippos.
A bloat of
Yes,
hippos.
a bloat.
Hippos.
A bloat of hippos. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But speaking
would
of
have
getting back
thought?
to the matter at hand.
Right?
Sure,
No, I
no
mean,
problem.
we actually learned something on this show, and it took us 3 years to get there.
Mm-hmm. Up till now, up till
speaking
now,
of
we've
which,
just been
Happy to help.
confirming everybody's suspicions.
speaking of which, before we get into the meth, I have a call out for a listener.
Oh,
So it turns out that we know one of the listeners, Emily,
I'd assume we know most of
formerly
them.
Adams Lenko. So, Emily, this is for you. I'm going to talk in a quiet, sleepy voice so you can listen to this podcast as you drift off, and we won't keep you awake.
That kind of defeats the purpose of listening
Thank
to
you.
a podcast, but sure, we can do that. We're happy to accommodate all of our listeners.
According to Emily, we're
sleepy voice.
the most provocative podcast in the world because everybody else she can throw on and fall asleep, but not us. No.
Well, then, yeah.
Yes. So I thought I'd throw that in for you.
Next
night,
month, the ghost of Gilbert Godfrey.
He's not dead, is
He
he?
should be.
Peggy.
He might be. I'm checking.
I think he
This is fucking awesome. Peggy, I love you having you. Affleck.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
like last
has
year.
passed.
Oh.
He passed on April 12th, 2022.
Huh.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried is no longer with us. I do kind of remember that now that I'm seeing it in print. Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy, funny comedian. I always thought he gave the best roasts on those.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
God,
comedy
yes.
roast shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Good times.
Good times.
Okay. But Peggy, I fucking love having you here.
I'm so
You-
I'm so glad. I love being here. This is amazing. This is so much fun.
Because instead, like, you actually correct us as we go instead of us saying, that
Yeah.
sounds right. Let's move on to some other bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, but your listeners are going to be like, no, we don't want to
We
know
need to give her. We
facts.
need to get a whistle. Yeah.
A
So, like, when
whistle.
we say something,
Oh,
not true.
Like-
Gilbert Godfrey dead. Carry on.
We have a yellow flag on the play.
this play is under review.
Affleck. You know what's great about the Twin Towers?
Oh my God.
Oh, dear God.
You don't even need a pilot's
Okay.
license.
Oh, so what? What the hell are you drinking, Tom?
Gin. Poor Gin.
Poor Jen.
Poor.
Yes, I remember
I
that.
don't. What the hell? We'll finish a bottle off.
Peg, what's your drink of choice?
So I have a tennis match.
What have you
in the
got going
morning
on
as we
this
discussed
this
tennis. So
episode?
I'm just having a little ginger beer over ice. It's delightful.
Ginger beer.
Okay.
I've had ginger beer. It's not awful.
Yeah.
That's cool. I have the
do have a- I
UN
have a
of
Guinness.
beers.
What's that?
Is that a Michelob Ultra?
I've got Red Stripe, Shiner, and Stella.
Okay.
No, it's a Red Stripe.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm drinking the UN tonight.
That's wonderful. They appreciate your support.
Yeah. Well, I had all of these like mostly drank 12 packs in the fridge, so I thought it's time to cull the herd.
Yeah.
And this is the best time to do it.
Yeah. On Saturday or January or when we're all here.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those.
There's never a bad time.
Yeah.
Look, just do you, man. Make your own holiday.
100%.
It is Martin Luther King weekend, so it's not really
Day
mine
on,
per
down,
se.
day off.
Or not even per se. It's just So speaking of meth,
Time to open the package. What you sent us in the mail.
If you look under your seat,
right?
You will find. No, it's not Oprah. You don't.
There'll be a small baggie.
Pardon?
The word stevia is in quotes because it's not really stevia.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You need to rub it on your gums like you mean
really
it.
get in there.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm going to do a tutorial. I've
Do yourself
never
a flavor.
done the meth.
Do yourself a favor and floss first.
Oh,
yeah. Gets it all
especially
stirred up
if they
your
bleed.
blood vessels exposed.
Right? Wow. Holy shit.
Oh my goodness. But speaking of meth, Mike.
Yeah,
meth.
okay. So I did not mail people meth. That's against the law because Tom is out of the state and that's a federal offense.
You got to
Oh.
Yes. So, Tom, you should have received some roll-on from me. I'd like you to twist it until the roll-on comes out. But anyways, once you're all ginned up there, you can knock out that second article for us.
Are we ready? Are you sitting comfortably?
Okay. Let's do this.
Then let's begin. Man jumping from moving plane bought, quote, a lot of crystal meth before boarding. What does it take to jump off a moving plane? A lot of nerve, sure. But a lot of crystal meth also helps. That's what 33-year-old Luis Antonio Victoria Dominguez told the FBI after he jumped out of a moving plane on the tarmac of Los Angeles International Airport. He's now looking at 20 years in prison for interfering with a flight crew. A woman who sat next to Dominguez tells the Washington Post that he leaned over to her and whispered that he was going to jump out of the plane. "I'm serious," the woman remembers him saying. The complaint states that when Dominguez sat down on the plane, he was, quote, coming down from all the drugs he had used the last couple of days and immediately started to doze off. He later told the FBI that earlier in the week, he purchased a lot of crystal meth, which he smoked in the 2 days prior to boarding the flight. He then reportedly heard some of the passengers laughing and talking about the flight going to a different city other than Salt Lake City, according to the legal filing. Panicking, He hurried to the front of the plane where he pushed his way past the flight attendant and started banging on the door of the cockpit. When the pilots didn't open the door, Dominguez allegedly moved the flight attendant out of the way again and turned towards the front right emergency door. He was taken into custody at by Los Angeles airport police as he tried to crawl away from the plane. He was then taken to the hospital for treatment. The end.
Oh, I loved everything about this.
This is a gem that I've
so
been putting in my pocket since January or July of last year.
Mm-hmm. So good. So the reason he was crawling away, when he opened the door, right, the big slide shot out. Okay.
Yeah.
He missed it, and so he fell from the door of the airplane, smacked onto the concrete, and broke his leg. So he was crawling away with a broken leg from the airplane when the cops scooped him up and took him to the hospital.
Right.
But this is so great. I love all
so
of
amazing.
this.
Yeah.
Right?
It's so amazing. It's just great.
So let me ask you this. What do you think was going through his head, besides meth, 48 hours before a flight out of Los Angeles?
Oh, he's thinking
that he decided, I'm going to go on a bender.
I can't take all this on a plane. That's
right?
totally it. I was like, oh, shit. I bought all this meth. There's no way I can get all this home. Fuck it.
Right. That's kind of what I envisioned too. Like sitting in your hotel room, looking over the tiny Formica table and thinking, oh
Son
my
of a
God,
bitch.
that is not going to fit in my ass on this
There's
flight.
not a balloon big enough to put this in my ass.
Right?
You have to wonder the way he said
A lot. Yeah.
He kept saying
Yes.
a lot of
A
meth.
lot.
Like it wasn't his fault. Like he was supposed to pick up a little, but then he got sold a lot.
Yeah.
And so of course he had to smoke it all.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had to get on a
Come
plane.
on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had I had so much. He only allows so many 6 ounces of fluid. What am I gonna do? Fuckers. Yeah, fucking
right? And you can't put that back out on the street. I mean, pregnant women could be smoking that. He did the responsible thing. Like, yeah, I agree. So, honestly, I felt more sorry for him than I did the kids in the first article. You know, yes, he did copious amounts of meth and then got on an airplane, but he was super paranoid. Somebody joked around that, oh, this plane isn't going to Salt Lake. You know, drug brain kicks in like, fuck, I need to get off of here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he did, you know. These fuckers, they messed with a wallaby.
Rocco. Why would you
mess with a wallaby? Yes.
Who's done nothing.
The gentlest of creatures. So my takeaway is Luis Antonio Victoria Dominguez. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's probably not the pure alabaster, you know, white kid that these fuckwads on YouTube are. I know. The only part of his name that could be white is Victoria, which is 3 N. So I'm assuming that by degree, you know, as your middle names digress from the beginning, they mean less and less. Like this is a familial name, but I don't know. I mean, it's not that I pity him by any means, but I can kind of see where he's coming from. Like, I'm in this metal tube that I don't want to be anymore. How do I fix this issue? the poor bastard missed the slide. It would have been a great story if he had just slid down and went running off into the woods.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
And I still would have picked it because, like, cool.
Right?
Because he still would have been picked up. Like, they still would have nabbed him.
Right.
But, like, dude, run, go, OJ, go.
Now, here's the other thing, right? The other reason I feel sorry for this man, of course, is that he clearly got on the wrong flight. Right? Is that what the article's saying?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He thought he was going
to Salt Lake City.
Hang on. Yeah.
So, where is it? He then reportedly heard some of the other passengers laughing and talking about the flight going to a different city than Salt Lake. So, I read that as if they were joking around, like 3 seats away. You know, somebody else is talking. He picks up this conversation.
Oh.
And then talks to the lady next to him, like, I'm out of here.
Right, because he couldn't get on an airplane. He had to have a ticket.
Depending on what airport he's boarding.
Okay, this is very true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's Los Angeles,
no,
right?
He's flying into the U.S. from someplace else. I think, is this...
No. Was it Singapore?
Yeah, that's
was this before takeoff?
He's going to beat it. Yeah, he was on the tarmac at L.A. International Airport. Okay. On their way to Salt Lake City.
I read this thinking that they were coming into LAX. And that upon landing, he jumped out. My bad. Okay, yeah.
Well, and again, it's open for interpretation, but I thought he's on a plane in LA going to Salt Lake City. Somebody makes a joke. He freaks out and breaks his leg.
But he's still on the tarmac in LA. So, Tom, that was correct. That was correct. Mm-hmm. He's still on the tarmac in Los Angeles.
I'm not paying for a Washington Post subscription, so I can't see the actual story.
Oh, those fuckers. They put it behind a paywall. So I had to go to cbsnews.com to get the article, and they mentioned nothing about the meth. It's like,
really?
cbsnews.com, just like, this crazy brown guy jumped out of an airplane and broke his leg.
Wow.
Nothing about the meth.
Okay, people, like I've said before, multiple sources. Do not tune into one fucking IV of news source. Even if you disagree with the politics, because it's all fucking leaning left and right, view them all. Somewhere in the middle, that nebulous center is where truth lies.
100%.
Rant over.
I believe that.
What a great takeaway. Yeah. So, and again, I tend to read into these a little more than I should, I think, but I was comparing the two articles. You know, this poor guy crawling away from the cops with a broken leg, as opposed to these 4 white kids who have a video of them breaking the law in another country and are actually profiting from it thanks to Google's algorithms. You know, as the story bubbles up and pops up all over the internet, more people are going to go watch the video. They get more hits, they get more money. So this guy should be somewhere, A, drying out, but B, getting the help he needs so he doesn't make that kind of decision before. These 4 kids should be in a box in another country getting tortured.
Or at the very least, caned.
Yes. Put that on YouTube and see how many hits it gets. You know, here's 4 white privileged kids getting their butt spanked.
Dude, go fund me. I will just do that. We need to make that happen. Hunt and spank.
That is the LLC, I believe, of Here They Are.
Yes.
Right? Hunt and Spank Limited. I want to get that just for all the lawsuits that have that listed on the front page, like defendants, Mike Eshelman, Tom Arnold, Hunt and Spank Limited, Larry Flint.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Hunt and Spank.
Yes.
Every episode on Garrett Wood Jim.
Mm-hmm. So we started this just as a way to hang out and make fun of people, and little by little it morphs into us being bounty hunters.
I love that. I love that
hunting
evolution.
people for Singapore.
I can't wait for the movie to be made.
Right? Who's going to play 50-year-old Tom Arnold in the Hunt and Spank movie? Is that a tough one?
Is, but I'm thinking one of the Strauss twins.
I don't really.
That's the first thing I thought of. I think Dylan Strauss could pull it off. I don't.
Dylan Strauss
from Sweet Life. With,
I gotta look that up because I don't.
What's Zach and Cody?
Zach and Cody.
Oh, Strauss with a P. Okay.
Oh.
I'm like, wasn't Dylan Strauss that kid that shot all those people during the protest?
Oh no!
Anybody can learn to act.
I would like to see Sam Elliott shave and play you for the movie adaptation.
I would love that. However, I don't think a 112-year-old Sam Elliott could play a 51-year-old me once the movie gets made.
They'll CGI him. They'll CGI him a little bit, but I could just, he's got his headphones on. And he just goes, "This is gin."
I concur. Oh, well, yeah.
I both drink to remember and to forget.
Yeah, if it was an animated.
See, he could be you. Oh, yes, an animated show about us hunting down white people for other governments.
I think that needs to be made now.
Nice.
Yeah. You know people.
Nice.
All right, do we know? Yeah. So Peggy can mark it. We'll get Rockwell to fund it.
He just throws money at shit.
Sure. But who's going to play you? Ash, who's going to play you? I have
Stephen Root. Stephen Root. Easily.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, that's better than what I was thinking. Yes.
So who were you thinking? Matthew McConaughey.
I'm not going to tell you now.
Well, yeah, you have
Matthew
to.
McConaughey? I was thinking, let's see. I was thinking either Jonah Hill.
I was going Jonah Hill.
Or Tom Arnold.
Okay,
that would be
funny story.
It would be confusing.
Tell me. Yes.
At whose wedding was it? I want to say
I don't know. I've only been there at funerals with you. So
I know, but this is a long time ago. So I was at a wedding, and it was for like maybe a friend of a friend or an acquaintance or something, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm at the urinal, and there's a guy next to me washing his hands, like after he's finished up, and he's like, "Holy shit, you look like Tom Arnold." And I thought he said Arnholt. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, we hung out all the time, but he's so much taller than me. And the guy's like, no, man, you're a dead ringer. And I'm just yelling at this guy. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Maybe you haven't seen Arnholt in a while, but we don't look anything alike. He's like this tall, gangly guy. And the guy's like, no. He's about your height. He's a little heavier than you. And I'm like, no, fucker. He's not. He's a string bean. And this is like 1992. I'm like, he's skinny as fuck, dude.
I missed them.
So This guy probably thinks I have I was concussed. So he leaves, goes back to his table, and they're all like looking. And I sit down. I start eating my chicken again. I'm like, oh, Arnold. Now I get it.
Oh,
So
yes.
Instinct 1 was I should go apologize to him, but Instinct 2 took over. I'm like, nah, fuck that guy. Let him just think I'm crazy, and like I'll bite him if I get close to him.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there eating and drinking, and I don't even remember who's at the table next to me, but I look across the room, and there's this guy in this Hawaiian shirt at a wedding, and I swear to God, he looked like Mark Mothersbaugh.
Really?
Like from Devo. And who also, yes, dead ringer, had the big black glasses and everything.
Huh.
And I'm like, should I go over? Maybe, this is in Ohio. Yeah. It could be him.
He lives in like Akron, right?
And I thought, no, dummy, you're just making this worse. You're going to do the same thing to this guy. Just leave him alone. But dead ringer for him. I'm like, and again, it was a wedding, so I was shit-faced by the time the reception rolled around. I'm like, just leave this guy alone. He doesn't look anything like Mark Mothersbaugh to sober you. So I did the only logical thing I could do. I stealthily took a picture of him so I could check it when I was sober. So the next day I woke up, washed all the drunk away, and over breakfast I was flipping through the picture. I'm like, no, that doesn't look anything like Mark Mothersbaugh, but I don't look like Tom Arnold either. So
now, see, I would have sauntered up nonchalantly and positioned myself behind him, and out of nowhere yelled out, "We are not men!" and waited for the response. That's essentially the OH to the IO.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's the Akron area response to it. Oh, Christ. Okay. Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Same.
Yeah.
You're good
We should do
people.
this again.
All right.
Used to.
Yeah, right back at you.
Yeah. Yeah. To cross promote, I have 2 episodes of What the Fuck Did I Just Watch coming up that we're going to record in February. The first, I don't know if you're aware, but Winnie the Pooh is now public domain.
That's not good.
So there's a horror movie coming out February 15th called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
No.
So the premise is Christopher Robin goes to college, forgets to feed Piglet and Winnie the Pooh, and they go feral and start murdering people.
No, come on. Are you serious?
Seriously, this is happening. It's a month.
I'm looking this up. I'm fact checking this immediately.
Blood and Honey.
Oh my god!
So ever since this was announced like a year ago, the other 2 that managed the podcast, like, dude, Eshelman, you've got to come watch this with us and talk about it. I'm like, absolutely. So we're following that up with our interpretation of Cocaine Bear, which hits theaters February 24th.
Yes,
and
I cannot
wait. It looks so stupid. The fact that Elizabeth Banks is directing it makes me want to watch it even more. I'm like, the more press I hear, the dumber this gets, and I am here for it.
That's on the same level, like Zombievers. Did you see Zombievers?
Yes.
I know.
Of course I did.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have 2 bear-related podcasts coming up in the February-March timeframe. Peggy, have you confirmed that I'm telling the truth on this?
Yes, it's horrifying. It's horrifying.
Yes.
This picture that I'm looking at, the promo. It's like a Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and Pooh is not looking so good.
So
no,
why are
He's
only
feral.
Pooh and Piglet the ones that have enacted their revenge. I mean, there's Kanga, her offspring.
Okay, so the original book is public domain. The characters created by Disney are not. So the interpretation of Kanga and Roo and the interpretation of was Rabbit's named Rabbit?
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
right?
Rabbit, Tigger,
Okay.
Owl.
Yes.
Those are still questionable, but
Yeah. Tigger.
Winnie the Pooh and Piglet are now public domain.
Okay.
Well, that explains.
Yes. So
Wow,
I'm stoked.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
And let's hear the name of that one more time. What the fuck did I just watch?
What the fuck did I just watch? It's a podcast I jump on and co-host every once in a while, like when they need some heavy cleaning done. So they bring me in.
Heavy cleaning meaning.
So a lot of their episodes they'll take a movie or two movies and they'll discuss like the minutia of it. Or they did an episode with Jim Henson's Storyteller and really dug into like deep into the Jim Henson components of it. But when there's something stupid and lumbering, that's when they bring me in.
Hey, I'm available too. If they like, if they feel that they've had like all the listeners they need.
we're capped out.
Yeah.
So I've thrown the idea around of doing a cross promo episode, like bring them into our show or we go to theirs. And when we were doing the nostalgia movies, they wanted to watch Short Circuit just because it's a very what the fuck movie. I'm like, that'd be perfect. You know, we could dip into the nostalgia a little bit. We can dip into how weird this movie is.
It's ridiculous
in general.
But was like, so definitive at the time.
Right. Sure. Definitive is a perfect word to describe the impact.
No, it had no impact. It had it was revolutionary of the hopes of the fucking slee stacks that
it was the
thought about it.
Yeah.
Slee stacks.
It was the poor man's ET is what it was.
Yeah, but without however, it had the marketing genius of, hey, we can do more of these.
Right, yes.
Absolutely. And he goes away. Fuck you. Hey, we got a whole fucking franchise with this Johnny number 5 motherfucker we can do all sorts of shit with. That's just fucking genius. It's piss poor fucking cinema, but it's genius marketing. Whiskey just went up my nose.
Good stuff.
And Eshelyn, you froze.
Oh,
Ash, you froze. Oh, you didn't. Okay.
Did I?
No, you're back.
Okay.
You're back.
All right. So for those listening, we are able to see each other during the show.
Unfortunately,
just to give hand signals and whatnot. So. But a lot of it is us freezing too. Yeah, you're getting a little shaggy there, man. Nice try. I had to go into the office on Thursday.
I go in
first time,
Thursday, and I hate it now.
Really? We're doing every other Thursday. Once a pay period, we have to go into the office. So our boss said, why don't we just have a team meeting on Thursday afternoons every other week? But it was nice because the rest of the people weren't in the building. We had the whole place to ourselves. And I'm like, it's not the commute or getting up early I don't like. It's the people that bothered me. You know, it's all the other conversations going on in the background while you're trying to have a phone conversation or get work done. So it wasn't that terrible. But I sat down at somebody else's desk that just happened to not be there. And he had this little legal pad and all the shit written on it. I'm going to assume he doesn't watch the show, but I'm tired of going through things that don't kill me but make me stronger and shit like that.
That's great.
So as everybody that walked by, I'm like, hey, Asherman, haven't seen you in a while. Blah, blah, blah. You're clean shaven. I'm like, check this shit out. And I would show them the notes. And every one of them said, why are you sitting in this guy's chair? I'm like, that's a valid question, but I want to add a little bit of risk to our in-office day. Before COVID, the worst thing that would happen is I'd get an anger headache. Now, I could get shot. And that adds a whole new level to the scariness of work.
How could you get shot? What are you talking about?
If I'm sitting in this lunatic's desk when he comes in, I touched all his stuff. I moved all his troll dolls so they're facing away from me.
Ooh, turn shit upside down. They love that.
Touched all his
So all day I'm wondering, like, should I write something underneath his manifesto? Like either stop being a pussy or like a picture of a rainbow, like buck up little camper or something.
Totally need to write, be the change you want to see.
Yes.
Because whereas I believe that wholeheartedly, I also see the futility in that phrase.
All right. I was this close to adding to the bottom, like the poster that, or not the poster. Yeah, I guess it was like the little sign in Taxi Driver. Like one of these days I got to get organized.
The cat with a hang in there.
Like I wonder if he would get the reference. Yeah. Like I wonder if he'd get a Taxi Driver reference. I'm assuming this guy's watched it a few times, But that was a highlight of moving back in the office. I went 14 hours wearing a collared shirt, and that was a new record for COVID for me.
Yeah, I didn't even collar
right.
Up. We had to start back in a few months ago, and it's once per pay period.
Yeah.
So having to go back in, and there's nobody there because I go on Thursdays,
right?
Because I know when people work. So it's a ghost town. And so the first day I go in, it's like opening a time capsule, like cobwebs on
right.
And nothing works. So I'm like, oh, this is fantastic use of my time.
Oh, fantastic!
And since then, I mean, things have worked better. But it's interesting that I am so exponentially more productive not at that building.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's nobody there, but it feels like, the feeling I get in the office is being stuck at a train station and the train's delayed.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You bide your time. Yeah, you got your phone and you can take care of some shit. Yeah, there it is. Mm-hmm. The fact that I got the job, honestly, like 30 days before we were all told to telework. Yeah, that's got to be a factor. However, I mean, the fact that I've done this for almost 3 years from this fucking room,
right?
It's very awkward going back into the building.
I bet. I bet.
Sure.
And Peg, you came out of the closet. Yeah. I noticed too that you're actually sitting in a chair, not hiding. So what?
Yeah, I'm in my guest bedroom. So yeah, the closet is wonderful for the sound acoustics, being perfect. But then my butt got sore sitting on the floor.
I can see that.
I had to keep shifting my legs and trying to get comfortable, and then it gets hot in the closet after a while. It gets hot. Yeah, so I much prefer the guest bedroom. It's very comfortable.
Huzzah.
Okay. I like it. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well,
Thanks.
with that budget that we've set aside for you, maybe you could rent a studio there in Cincy.
Sure, yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
When can I expect that deposit?
Sure, anytime. Save your egg cartons for the soundproofing in the guest bedroom.
Right.
Your $8 12-pack eggs. No, we have no budget. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
but God, thank you for coming again. I'm surprised that you actually showed up.
You're not
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I'm not.
Are you kidding? I wouldn't
Peggy
pass
is as
this
true
up.
as the north wind.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
you.
Would you come back again? Or are you sick of us
Yeah,
yet?
sure. I would love
Really?
to. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, how about for February, you pick out an article too? And we'll do 3
Okay.
articles again. How's that sound, Tom?
Okay.
I put stuff in that you've got full access to everything that we've got. So yeah. And then I'll
Okay.
So we'll each pull an article.
I'll update things. Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yep.
I can't wait.
And I promise to keep my trend of not having articles about shoving glass up your butt. And we'll keep that going.
I'm doing it.
The only reason I picked
I'll do that next. Yeah.
Are you? The only reason I picked that article was I actually looked it up to read online, and they had an X-ray of a candy cane, and the candy cane was put in like
the
curve.
The curve and
no, that's bad.
No, that's
yeah,
that's wrong.
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
she's trying to get this G spot.
Well, okay.
But
I mean, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Gotta have an exit strategy.
That's too owie.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to have an exit strategy on that one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the only reason I picked that article was that picture. I'm like, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
Like how?
Was it up a butthole or up a vajayjay?
No.
I thought it was a vajayjay.
It's an X-ray, so it's 2D. I can't tell.
Oh well.
I don't know enough about anatomy to say. Oh, it's here. But all I saw was a black and white picture of a pelvic area and an upside down J. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? We need to talk about this for 90 minutes. And the list of shit that this doctor says don't put in yourself.
Yes. Concerning.
Right.
Really? There's a list.
Oh, yeah.
I like the whole, remember when it's, don't put anything in your ear except your elbow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, that makes it. Okay. I.e., don't put shit in your ear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, there was a list this lady had. It's like, well, besides glass ornaments, also blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And what was there was a phrase in there like, the vagina is its own biome. I'm like, wow, that's... Yes, there's my next pillow, I'm going to knit the shit out of that.
It's like it's a whole different ecosphere. It's like
right.
Yeah. And you put the sugar candy cane up there and it messes up the whole
exactly
the whole structure.
There's all sorts of shit that goes on.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Fucking magic.
Right. And if
that's why it's so hard to get
80s commercials taught us anything, that the pH balance is very delicate. You do not want to be fucking
very delicate. Yes. Very delicate.
Indeed.
So anyway, I was sold on the imagery of that, and again, for a radio show, that's not the best choice.
Oh, no.
So I opted for white people being terrible.
Describing it verbally is brilliant.
So maybe if we can pull it off, the next episode will be right around Valentine's Day. We can talk about what Valentine's gifts not to shove in yourself.
I'm sure there'll be another article.
Thankfully.
I'm sure of it.
Oh, absolutely. And we can recycle that picture of Tom dressed as Cupid.
I have no shame.
fantastic.
The field of upon which I grow my fucks is barren.
That's amazing.
As it should be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part. I do have a nice little side garden where
Okay.
cabbage and things.
But in all seriousness, you'd come back again if we asked super nice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would be happy to return if you'll have me. I mean, sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I love it.
That'd be cool.
I love
Okay.
it. I told my husband Tim, I said, I'm on the podcast again tonight. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, what's the topic this time?" He really loved that we did that whole, the Scrooged. He loved that. He thought that was super cool. So when you were saying like about the movies and stuff,
Right.
like that's cool. That's good stuff. But so are the articles. Like I'll come for anything. That did not sound right.
Okay.
No, it
It's
sounded
query.
great to me.
I do have a question though. Did Tim listen to your episode?
No, I don't think so.
Nobody does. Emily is like she is 20% of our market.
Emily is so great.
So again, Emily, if you're about to drift off to bed, I hope you have the sweetest of dreams tonight, and thank you for listening.
You think she fell asleep?
Hey,
Sleeping now.
thanks for going to prom with me.
Oh, that was sweet.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
It sounds sweeter than it was.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know. I think
Sorry.
Tom got lost in his feelings.
Okay.
Totally good, man. It's totally good.
Right.
Totally good.
Tom went to prom with 20% of our listening audience.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say 50. Oh, no.
So you think 2 people listened, or you went to prom with more people?
100%. If Emily is a regular listener, then yes, 100%
Okay.
of our audience.
What other proms did you go to? What year did you take Emily to the prom?
1988, our senior year.
Senior? Who did you go to junior prom
I
with?
didn't go to junior prom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cotillion.
Took me to, what was it?
Yeah.
Cotillion.
Was it
Really?
was it
You guys were
it was senior
cotillion
year, right?
dates?
Yeah.
Senior, yeah.
It was senior year. Senior year.
That's
And
adorable.
You were dating one of our other friends at that point.
So we went.
But we went to Cotillion together.
Junior Cotillion? I don't think I went to. I wasn't much of a go team, yay, high school experience sort of person.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I went to our junior and senior prom, but I think every other dance I hung out with Tom Haney, and we would drive around and do stuff.
Dude, Haney.
Who'd you go to senior prom with?
Senior, I went with Rosie, I think.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I was like the backup. Whenever there was the girl that wasn't dating somebody, but like her friends wanted her to go with them to be part of the group, they took the echelon off the rack, kind of dusted him off a little bit, threw him in a suit. Let's get Mikey.
He'll dance with
He'll do
anybody.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, so we went to some Chinese restaurant up by Josephinum, in fact, and they served us. So that was a mistake not for them. They made a shitload of money off of us, but I remember that specifically. Like somebody ordered a banana cow and they just went, okay. And all of us like, oh, game changer. So
That's awesome.
Right?
What's a
Who
banana
cares?
cow?
I don't know, but when you're 18, it's delicious.
I'm the fact checker. What am I doing?
Like,
I'm going to look it up.
Do it. I'm sure
Fact
there's
checker
rum
calling her on the
involved.
job.
Yeah.
Banana cow, it's called. Okay. Okay. All right.
Hey, we gotta wrap it up.
Yes. Okay. The banana cow is a thick, rich, milkshake-like rum cocktail.
Yeah. That tracks.
Loved by Trader Vic as a hangover cure.
Or a hangover starter.
Yeah. His hair was perfect. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I went to prom with Jeff Egelhoff, and that was awesome.
Oh,
nice guy.
Jeff
He was
Egelhoff.
dating Ginger at the time, his future wife.
Current wife.
But we went to prom together. Yeah, yes.
That's
Future and
adorable.
current,
So
yes.
why didn't they go together?
There was because
Why didn't they go
underclassmen
together?
were not allowed to attend prom with upperclassmen. Stupid fucking Watterson rule.
Really?
Right. She must. So she. I know. So she would. She must. Was she a
believe
sophomore
so.
then? Because if she was
No,
a junior, she would have
she's-
been able to go. But anyway, yeah. So Jeff and I went, and okay, just really quick funny story. We went to. Nope, it's not going to be that quick. We went to an Italian restaurant, and basically there was mahi mahi on the menu.
Okay.
And I thought it was dolphin. I thought it was dolphin. I had to ask Jeff, and I was like, Jeff, they're serving dolphin. And he was like, oh, no, honey. Mahi mahi is a fish. It's all okay. Everything's fine. And I was like, oh, okay, then I'll get it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, you guys know, I was so naive. I was so, unworldly in high school. Which I'm not sad about, actually.
I love the fact that you went to prom with Jeff, and I went to cotillion with you, and I went to prom with Emily, and we were all such close friends. It wasn't about, oh, this is the one. This was about, let's share this experience. And we all like, eyes wide open, knew that. Like, this wasn't about romanticism. We went through the emotions a lot of the time. It was like, oh, yeah, this is how we do things. And we're going to go to this dance, and we're going to go to this restaurant, and this is what's going to happen. But I love the fact that we had such a bizarre group of friends that was so fantastic that we could do these things. And there were no expectations or I don't know. I'm befuddled by the fact that the entire thing fucking worked.
Yeah. 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 And you go to prom and like everybody goes to the Thomases after.
Yep.
It's just a big party. And all your friends are there, and it's like the most awesome thing. It was awesome. It was really great.
I think we were all very, very lucky to mesh into the group of friends that we did. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, just as an example, Pegs, like I can send a text out to say, all right, 8 weeks from now, I'm going to be in your neighborhood. And there were 1, 2, 3, there were 4 of us from our class and a 5th that just couldn't make it. That just poof, here we are. We're having dinner together and hanging out and drinking margaritas. Banks was in town.
Yeah, how did that go?
The week before Christmas, and there were 6 of us that were able to show up. It was great.
That's cool.
I hadn't seen those guys. I hadn't seen Casey in years. I hadn't seen Banks in years. But boom, you pick right up where you left off. It was fantastic. But Tom, it's funny. We talked about that, and you said I don't want to go because I'll get stuck in Ohio. And sure enough,
Yes, you would have.
it was like the worst weather we'd had in years, and like Delaware was level 3. You literally would have been stuck at your mom's house.
You would have. You would have been
Like just
stuck
type
in Ohio.
it away. All work and no play makes Tom a dull boy. All work and no play makes Tom a dull boy.
Yes.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. So you called it. You called it.
You did.
You know,
did.
But and again, there'll be other opportunities. Again, I know I'm banging this drum, but our reunions this summer.
I'm there. I'm totally
Yeah.
I'm totally
35 years.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm staying with you, Ish.
I saw my what's that Facebook memories or whatever, our 10-year popped up, and it was pictures of you, Tom, you and Tansky. Yeah, you were there, and you, Tin Man. Yeah. You and Tansky were both there.
Was there?
Yep, it was at I forget
some hotel. Some
big
city.
room. I forget.
I got lost.
It was a bar.
Driving home.
Yeah,
I did.
Yep, but our 35s this summer, kiddos.
Yeah,
so.
I'm in.
Jeez Louise.
Depending on when it is, I've got to go to Germany for a week in July. But I'm totally.
No idea. I'll try. Maybe I can get on the planning committee for this one and steer the boat away from July.
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe I can.
There you go.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
Let's call up Jonathan.
Yeah, there you go. They'll say, all right, Tom, here's a list of 100 people in our class you have to contact directly to remind them about the reunion.
I'm out.
I quit. Yep. So that's one opportunity where we could all get together. Since it's already there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just put that out there. And for you 5 listeners, also, you can show up too. There's a 20% chance I miss you.
Oh, damn. You're shooting high.
And that's Emily. The rest of you fucking suck.
No, I mean, like, yeah. Fuck it. Yep. That's all I gotta say.
Right on. Okay, so.
Hey, thanks for listening. I love you.
We ran long, we stayed on point, and we'll be back in February with some more exciting articles. And Tom's going to pick one about shoving glass up or in or near
someplace glass ought not be shoved up.
The ear.
Amen to that. All right, so for Peggy and Tom, I am Mike Eshelman, and we bid you adieu.
I don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah.